Hello, Oliver. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Was that a nice treat yesterday, a club record signing with Liam Delap? And why was he the centre forward that you've decided to bring to the club?
Yes, it was. You were always asking me about names, not you in person, but generally. And we were in talks for many days, to be honest. And we tried to convince him, and obviously we could convince Liam that Nottingham Forest is the right club at the right moment for where he is in his career. And also, I think before he picked Chelsea, I think everybody in the Premier League wanted Liam after his amazing season at Ipswich. And then when we heard that it's possible, and we were looking for a striker, of course, with physicality and especially with pace and runs in behind. So we have other profiles here. We have a top striker in the box with Chris Wood, who is a proven Premier League goal scorer. Yeah, we have the more, let's say, playing number 9 with Igor. And when Taiwo left, the one who made the runs in behind, we were missing. And then we were looking for this profile, and Liam is the perfect fit. And I think we are the perfect club for him. And I also, I'm very convinced that he's the perfect player for us.
Well, what were the basis of those conversations then? And why do you say that you are the perfect club for him at this stage of his career?
Well, I believe he had a difficult season at Chelsea, with much higher expectations, especially from himself. And then in the last weeks, he wasn't allowed to train with the team anymore. They had a separate training group. And then I think it's clear you have to look for a club where you have better chances to get minutes. And I would say, reignite your career. Yeah. That's why I think we are the right club. The way we are playing, he's a player who needs a little bit of space. He needs his strengths is his power, his finishes, and this is I think what he can get here. And on the other side, we get a player still young. Also, he has proven that he can score many goals in the Premier League. And as I mentioned, it was the profile that convinced us, and his personality when we had talks. He's hungry. Yeah? He wants to improve. He wants to make a step forward, and this is what we are looking when we sign players. Also, that they are hungry, that they are ambitious, and so the entire package looked great.
Okay, well, he's the latest signing through the door. Of course, it's only a few days now until Tuesday's deadline. Are you happy with the current state of your squad, or are you expecting more business to be done?
As I mentioned, I think we will add 2 players. So one we have added. That means, I guess we will have at least one more signing. Close deals. Quite close to be done, but now from today on my focus is on the Liverpool match. It was really busy the last days. It's of course having a midweek game and also not playing both Leeds games very successfully. Was a lot of analysing and talks, and of course beside is the transfers. Also a very important topic, but now it's really the 100% focus on the Liverpool game, because that's the most important thing in the next, 30 hours, I would say. And then we have 3 more days, or around 3 more days, to get the deals over the goal line.
Okay, well, let's touch on that deal then that you say is close to be done. We understand that you're in conversation with your former club, Crystal Palace, to sign Daniel Munoz. Is he a player that you're interested in?
No, again, no comments on any names. When the ink is dry, I learned you will be informed.
Okay, but you're close to doing a deal for a new player?
That's what I heard, yeah.
That's what you said. Okay. So, look, two defeats, home defeats against Leeds to start the season. It doesn't get much easier with a trip to Anfield to come. How do you go about setting up for that game, and how how do you put your side together to achieve a result there?
Yes, it's was not the start we all wanted, but it's sometimes life. Yeah, that things are not going how you want them to go or how you expect them probably to go. But on the other side, it was also gave us a very important and good feedback where we are right now, and that we have to work very hard and improve things to be better and be more competitive, and then we will get the results. So it's all about talking about the football. And yeah, Liverpool also had some changes. With a new manager who was Andoni Iraola, who has done an excellent job at Bournemouth. We know his style of play is very intense, and watched, of course, Liverpool's opener at Newcastle where they drew 2-2, but to be honest, I think they could have won the game. They were very dominant, especially in second half, created enough chances to score more goals. But playing at Anfield is always great. It's a nice stadium, good atmosphere, but Nottingham Forest and myself, we have quite good records there in the last month, and of course we hope we can continue these records.
Okay, last one from me. How's the health of the squad looking? Do you have any injury concerns before that trip to Anfield?
Yeah,
and is Morgan Gibbs-White available to play?
Yes, Morgan is available, and Ryan Yates is available, so that's the good news. But Ibrahim Sangare picked up a minor calf injury during Wednesday's training session, so he will miss tomorrow's game, but the other two will return.
Oliver, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jonty for Premier League.
Morning, Oliver, and happy birthday once more. You talk about getting the ink dry on another player. We obviously won't push you on names, of course, but that interest looks like it's going to be a wing-back. Is that the position that we can expect you to strengthen this window?
Potentially.
I'll just read the eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take it back to the football then. You mentioned the reality of, this club was in a relegation battle for a big part of last season. Therefore, how much of the job you have at hand is actually changing the mentality of the players and changing the psychology behind the ongoings at this football club, more so than perhaps because it's a strong squad with plenty of ability?
Yeah, I think this is the biggest part, to be honest. Yeah, it's when you had such a difficult, tricky, challenging season, then this is something happens in your head. Yeah, and this is what we where I think is the biggest part to change, to improve. And this is probably the part that takes longest. Yeah, we all know this. Beside a few football things, but it's not just talking about, as I always say, it's not just talking about the legs and the tactics. Yeah, so it's a lot of psychology and confidence, and it's the same. There is no button you can press. Yeah? And of course, these two results didn't make it better. Also spoke with some players. We all thought and felt, because we had a really good pre-season, that we are further where we are. But then we could see that Premier League football is a little bit different to European football, and this is what we learned. And now is improving step by step, of course, the way we want to play, the understanding, and it's not the system. So also it's when we analyzed, for example, the second Leeds game, I think the first one, everybody agrees, was very tight, and one situation decided the game and could have been also on our side. But the second game, we gave them so many chances, but every single one came when we lost possession. Yeah? So we were just too open. We made too many easy mistakes in the build-up. We played passes we shouldn't play when you play a team that presses you man-to-man. And this caused us problems. And on the other side, it was very similar. I think we started very well. We could have taken the lead. We did a clearance on the goal line after a long throw-in, but it's right now we could not get the goals or take the momentum on our side when it was possible. So it was always the opposite. And this is, of course, psychology as well.
So when you've discussed those realities that you mentioned with the players, what's the response been like? Because I guess in many walks of life, listening to those harsh truths can be difficult. Have you had the response that you've been looking for?
Again, it just makes no sense if you lie to yourself, is it? Yeah. It's just this is the worst thing you can do, yeah, because then nothing changes. And this is, let's say, one quote, and it's not just in sports; it's everywhere. If you don't change anything, you will always get the same result. Yeah, of course. Yeah, and if you always expect that others change something, that you are doing better or getting a better result, when you always hope that the neighbor cuts the how you say when you have
Hedge?
Yeah, it's plants. Hedge?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So when you always hope, because you can't see out of your garden, and you always hope the wood from the tree. The wood from the trees. You always hope the neighbor is doing it. Yeah, but he doesn't. You will never get a better view. So either you do it, but it makes no sense complaining about it. Yeah, and it's the same here. So if we want that things change, we have to change them. So no one will do it for us. And this is sometimes, getting out of the comfort zone, accepting reality. And I always have in Germany, how you say when you have to work. Yeah, it's
roll your sleeves
roll
up.
the sleeves up.
Roll your sleeves up, head down, and let's go. And this is the mentality we want to create. Yeah, roll the sleeves up, work hard every single day, and then we will get better results.
And cut those hedges, and we'll all have a nice view.
Yes, exactly. Yourself, do it yourself. Yeah?
My dad does my hedges.
Yes. We can ask the dads of the players if they play tomorrow, but
I'll send him round.
I guess we don't have a chance then.
I like the early analogies for the season. Just finally from me, Liverpool likewise have shown they can be got at in transitions as well. How do you prepare for that? Both the goals they conceded against Newcastle were in that transition. They leave a lot of players going forward. Is that something you've also focused on building the game plan for this weekend?
Yes, of course, but we didn't have a lot of time to train. Yeah? It was recovery, more or less, with one session, and then we go to Liverpool. But yes, of course, we could see it. But on the other side, when especially the first goal, maybe it's unique because of Elanga's pace. Because Kerkers is very quick as well, but couldn't cope with Elanga in this situation. It was amazing, and probably he's one of few players who can do this in this situation, because they were not open. They had enough players behind the ball, but it was just then nobody could cope with Elanga's pace. The second was different. Because Liverpool, also, even there, they had a majority of players. Newcastle got the finish, also an amazing finish from outside the box. And I think, we know how Liverpool wants to play. And of course, they have a very attacking midfield as well, with how they played the last time with Gravenberch, with Szoboszlai and Wirtz. They have very attacking fullbacks with Frimpong and Kerkers, and then sometimes they can be a little bit exploit. But of course, they will have analyzed this game as well. They had one entire week to prepare, but especially against Leeds, they looked to be or seemed to be vulnerable in this area. And let's see if this is again tomorrow.
Best of luck this weekend. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jonty. Dan for ITV, please.
Oliver, a lot's been addressed already, so I'll keep this short, but happy birthday. Have you had anything nice, and what would make it a great birthday?
Pardon?
Have you had anything nice for your birthday as a present?
The best thing, my wife told me she will come to the next home game as well, and with her sister and my brother-in-law. So it's great when family comes, and I said it's the best gift, because it looked like that we can't meet each other until the international break, and that's quite long. And then she decided very shortly.
Mhm.
Yeah,
At short notice.
short note. Yeah, that she comes, and that's the best present. Having time with your family, and everything else. It's too old for having big wishes.
Brilliant. Good luck this weekend. You've dressed up now to me.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Colin,
These
nothing?
guys have cut the hedge very efficiently.
Great. Pete, please, for Forest Focus.
Happy birthday, Oliver. You've spoken previously about the role profiles, particularly in that attacking area of the pitch. With previously you had Igor Jesus up there and being more of a sort of static player, I suppose. And you've spoken about that right number 10 needing to be someone who can get in behind and stretch the pitch and be a goal threat. Does the signing of Liam Delap change that? Does that mean that there's potentially a spot open there for somebody who can play in a different way as well now?
Well, yes, it's and also I will see when the window is closed. Then I will see which players are still here, which players came in, and then I will decide about the system we are playing. The habits, the patterns will always be the same, but I always want to have our best players on the pitch, and so I'm not strict say we have to play in a 3-4-3. If I believe we need more attacking players on the pitch, then we will change the system immediately. Then, of course, some players will have different roles, and also we need. We always want to attack more or less with 5 players, and having 5 players behind the ball who are responsible for the balance and for the rest defense and for counter pressing with all the others, and same in the build up. I think we are fluid. Sometimes we build up with a back 4 and sometimes with 3, like every team is doing. So that is independent from the system. But yes, we want players on the pitch who can score goals, and that's what's, for example, the reason I started in the second game with Wood, Igor, and Kalimuendo, because these were the 3 top scorers in pre-season. I think we had good chances, especially with Chris Wood. He showed that he's in the right areas to get chances. But yeah, Liam Delap will just offer another opportunity to score goals, and that is important because this is what we need.
Just lastly from me, you've been asked 1,000 questions, I imagine, since arriving at the City Ground about Elliot Anderson, a player who isn't even at the club anymore. Previously you said that you feel that there's players in the building, players in the squad who can help fill that gap internally. Is that still the case from what you've seen and what you've learned, or do you think that there's potentially room to add there?
No, I think it's okay. It's fine, and where we are and the players we have in midfield, of course it's, let's say now with Ibrahim missing the Liverpool game, we can see potentially our most physical centre mid compared to the others, that's why we have a few thoughts about it, but right now I feel really comfortable with the players we have in midfield.